All right, we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the $1 Million Coach Show. I am your host, Ryan McMorris, here to turn you into a $1 Million Coach. It is Monday. I'm live here every single Monday for you to help you make a huge step further, closer in your $1 Million Coach journey. So whether you are a brand new coach and you are looking to make your first milli in this game, or you're a seasoned coach and you're trying to get to a place where you're making $1 million a year or $1 million a month, I am your man. I'm here to help you, and I'm here to show you a path today to get there. All right. And today, what we're breaking down is what are the 6 steps that you have to take at some point in your coaching business in order to monetize in a big way. Okay. So what I did was I sent out an email, and I was inspired, but like, look, if I were to give you straight up and like tell you this is what you must do over the next 6 weeks to bring in an extra 10 to 100K in revenue, I'm going to lay out the 6 weeks for you. And and I want to lay it out in a way that like the majority of you can go do it on your own. Like I really want you to go out there and be able to do this on your own without having to like bring me on or hire on a team or whatever. But some of you are going to end up in a place where you're like, it just makes more sense for me to do this as to bring somebody else on or have somebody else do it or bring on a team or support or whatever. Okay. So that's what that's what I want to lay out for you. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me just go through a quick little test right here to make sure that my camera and my mic are working. So it looks like the mic is working. Camera's obviously working. Let me know if you can hear me, and if you can see my screen. Okay. Let's dive right in. So first things first is we have laid out this community in a way that we want you to be able to get the things that you need in order so you can go out and make your first $1 million. Okay. The thing that most people are missing is these little things that we're going to dive in on the checklist. All right. So first things first, I truly believe, and you have to believe it too, that you have an audience of people out there that there's $10,000 to $100,000 of revenue just sitting in your audience. Okay. Before this call, I literally I was just on a call with a person who booked a game plan with our team, and I ran that game plan, and he basically said, hey man, I know that there's people in my audience that have come on here and they're the wrong people, but I also know that there's people that are in my audience and they're just not buying. Okay. And the way I want to break this down, let me 1 second. Let's see here. All right. So the way that I broke this down for him is think about it like this. If you know that you've been building this audience, okay, and this audience is becoming an email list and it's 5,000 people, okay, but you know, like, oh no, it's the wrong people. Most of these people are the wrong people. But if we're thinking like, all right, if we were to find an extra $10,000 in your audience over the next 6 weeks. Okay. So the goal here is let me draw a straight line. I can do this straight line thing, guys. Our goal here is to take 6 steps to find $10,000 in 6 weeks. Okay. That's our mission. That's our goal. So I'm going to help this guy find a minimum 10 grand over the next 6 weeks. What would I tell him to do? First of all, I'm going to say, look, where's your audience? We need to audit where your audience is. He says, I've got 5,000 people. I say, perfect. He says, they're the wrong people. And I say, okay, well, I know that there has to be at least 3 people who are right. Now, this is where I'm going to ask for some engagement from you. Do you truly believe that there are 3 people in your audience that would buy from you anywhere? Social media audience, your email list, your neighbor, like, yes or no? Do you believe that there are at least 3 to 5 people that want to buy your offer right now? Okay. Yes or no? Give me a yes or no in the comment section. That way, again, we can solidify what is really going on inside of your audience. Because once we find out what's going on inside of your audience, I'll figure out what's going on inside of your revenue and what's going on inside of your bank account. Okay. So, yes or no? Do you believe that you have 3 to 5 people that are ready to buy your offer right now? Okay. Now, just for time's sake, I'm going to keep rolling. But he said, yes, I know there's 3 people in my audience right now that could buy my offer. And I said, well, how much is your offer? And he said, excuse me. He said, my offer is $3,000. Okay, perfect. So if we take 3 people and get them to a $3,000 offer, that is what? $9,000, right? So that's $1,000 less than our goal here. 6 steps to finding $10,000 in your audience over the next 6 weeks. Okay. Now, if we find 3 people that are willing to pay $3,000 for his offer, now he's a relationship coach. And what I told him was, there's no audience that is the wrong audience. We're just not saying the right thing to them. Okay. I read this book. I really honestly didn't like this book. It was called Presenting Magically. And it's not one of my favorite books. It is actually kind of hard to read, but I was like, one of the best quotes I've ever heard that really hit me in the gut when I read Presenting Magically was, there is no such thing as a bad audience. When you get on stage and you're in front of people and they don't buy from you, or they don't take the action that you want them to take, it's not their fault, it's yours. And that hit me so crazy, because I was like, holy shit, it's my fault if people aren't doing what I want them to do. It's not their fault, but that's what we do. We tend to blame our audience. We tend to blame other people and say, oh no, it's their fault that they didn't buy us. Their fault that they didn't do this. It's their fault that they didn't show up. No, it's your fault. Because when you change the message, people hear your message all day long. They see your videos, they see your emails, they see your stuff. Now, they're not seeing it if you're not actually putting your message out there. Okay? They're not seeing it. But if you are putting a message out there and people aren't responding to it, then it's not their fault. We have to change the message. Okay? And that's what step 1 is. We have to get to a place where step 1, we reevaluate our message, and we have to find the hole. Okay. And when we do find that message gap, when we find that message hole, typically what we can do is we can use that to do a promo around the message and the brand revamp. Okay. So now we can start to put out content. What I want you to see is, in step 1, week 1, each week, we have to be putting out some kind of content. But the content that you've likely been putting out now isn't really resonating with your people. The content that you're putting out right now isn't getting your people to move. Okay. So I'm about to go design a 4-week content plan for one of our clients to get people to move. And he has a $10,000 offer. And so if we get 10 people to move in his audience this month at a $10,000 offer, he's going to pull out an extra $100K. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a yes or no in the comment section if that makes sense, okay? Because this is very important to understand. So what we did was we went and we looked at where is the messaging gap. He sent me his Instagram, which we kind of looked over and we're like, all right, like what's happening with the messaging? They have an amazing story. Is that being told every day? No. Is your story being told every single day? Yes or no? Are you showing up and bringing your personality to your content? This is what was happening here. The personality is not showing up. The story's not showing up. It's just regular like content that's just posting to post online. Okay. And so if we get out of this, like, oh man, like I'm just posting to post, now I can find where the message gap is. Okay. So that's our first step. If I'm giving you a straight up plan on what to do over the next 6 weeks. Okay. So you need to find the message hole. If you don't know what to look for in your messaging to find the message hole, then I would suggest commenting the word impact, connect with one of our team members, get on a free clarity call, and let them see if they can help you find the hole that's missing in your messaging. Okay? If you don't do that, you're going to keep spinning your wheels. So literally just take the next week and find the messaging hole, find the gap, okay? Step 2, we need to reevaluate the offer, because here's what happens. If I start to dial in my audience here because I got my message right, then that's either going to allow me the offer to sell better, or it's going to allow me to optimize the offer to be more specific, and it's going to sell at a higher rate and possibly even at a higher price. Okay. The difference is if I have a course that shows you how to sell better, but there's thousands of different niches that would need sales help. But if I niche it down into something that is so niche that I teach sales to solar panel salespeople in high-end neighborhoods. Well, guess what? I could probably sell that course or program for $10,000 because I know if my program helps that person get one client and that one client gives them a $10,000 commission, then one sale pays for the program. Okay. Now, depending on what niche you're in, you have to be able to relate a return or ROI for your offer. Most of us don't have a clear ROI. For this guy, I was telling him when I was looking at the website, I was like, his website branding was married couples, coaching couples. And so what we decided to do was find a way to get the branding in alignment with the audience that we know has the money and won't even bark at a $3,000 to $10,000 offer because that's what they're looking for. Does that make sense? So it's like we want to be able to put our offer in front of a rich niche. Now answer this, yes or no. Okay. Do you feel like you're in front of a rich niche of people? If you don't, then that's where the focus needs to be. You need to stop creating content that isn't focused around your rich niche. Because as soon as you start talking to them from the message and you say, okay, this week 1, I'm figuring out my message. Week 2, I'm optimizing my offer and I'm making it a no-brainer for my ideal person. Okay. If you start to dial that part in, my friend, you're going to start to set yourself up for those $10,000 to $100,000 months. Okay. Let me pop in here and see who my heavy commenters are. All right. So that's in week 2. Week 3, this is where I'm going to start setting up my promo plan. I'm going to start setting up how I'm going to monetize my audience. Okay. How I'm going to get this message in front of people and how I'm going to get my new offer in front of people. I need to strategize that. A lot of us, we're either falling into and give me the which one that resonates with you the most, okay? Either you're A, promoting every single day and everything you do is just one big ass promotion of your offer. That's A. Or B, you are never promoting your offer at all. Or C, you're actually doing this and every 6 weeks you do some kind of promo. Which one are you in? Because most people, they're either promoting way too much or they're not promoting at all, and there's no intentionality on getting your message out to people and getting your offer out to people. Okay, think about it like this. We over the last, let's just say 6 weeks, our audience has grown by 500 people. So I'm going to move this over a little bit and we're going to come back to it. Okay. So let's just say over the last 6 weeks, our audience has grown by 500 people. Okay. Now, let's just say every 6 weeks, we try to bring in 12 new people into our program called the Profit Lab. And you can see there's a big gap between 12 and 500, right? Can everybody see that? Give me a 1 if you can see that, okay? And so my goal is just to make sure that I know we're not going to connect with all 500, but if we can get our message in front of 250 people, that way they at least know what we do, who we do it for, how we do it. If we can at least get our offer in front of 50 of those people, then I know that some of those people are going to make a decision that is yes, and most are going to make a decision that is later, and then some are going to make a decision that is no. Okay, does this make sense, guys? Let me know if this makes sense. Give me a number 1 in the comment section if this makes sense. Okay, let's pull back our 6-week plan here. So I'm breaking this plan down essentially based on an example of a call that we literally just got off of. So if you want one of these game plans yourself and you're like, yo, I would love one of these customized game plans, then just comment the word impact. That way one of our coaches can connect with you. And actually do me a favor, comment the word game plan so they know specifically what you're looking for. If you want a laid out game plan of what to do in your audience, what to change over the next 6 weeks, then we'll show you exactly what to do over the next 6 weeks. This is just a breakdown of what we showed our last game plan call here. Okay. So we know that in week 1, we have to fix our message. We know that in week 2, we have to optimize our offer. We know that in week 3, it's literally just planning out strategically what our monetization is going to look like. Okay. And then in week 4, we need to know that the funnel, the process, the funnel is intentional. It works. Okay. What we did was we saw this guy and we were like, hey man, your booking funnel is messed up. Your lead magnet funnel is messed up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fix those 2 funnels first, because if we knew that if we came in here and we fixed the way his booking funnel worked, if we fixed the lead magnet funnel, then it was going to lead to fixing the other funnels. So watch this. This is how this works, guys. And lean into this, okay? If we fix his booking funnel and when people try to book an appointment, they're automatically sent to the group, okay? And if we are giving away a lead magnet, I don't have the lead magnet pulled up on this page here. I think we may be able to find it. Let me see. There it is right there. How to heal your marriage after infidelity. Like we could get this lead magnet in front of people, but guess what? When they download the lead magnet, they're sent to the group as well. Okay. And when they get to the group, they're asked to book a call. And so these funnels are symbiotic with each other. They work off each other. They play off each other. And if you've got the funnels right and the funnel strategy down, then you're going to put yourself in a place that more people are going to come into your world, more people are going to convert, and more people are going to likely ask to raise their hand to get in front of the offer. Okay. What I want you to see here is there's 4 weeks of content growth and prep, okay? This 4 weeks is the most important 4 weeks that nobody ever really does right, because they want this 4 weeks. They want this part of the 4-week process. They want the monetization part. This is where we're going to monetize. This is where the magic happens. This is where everything that everybody wants, those $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 months in your business, everybody wants this. Let me give me a $sign in the comment section if you're one of those people that wants this, right? Yeah, I want that. I want that. But guess what? You put all your emphasis on step 5 and 6. Good marketers, good business owners, they put all their emphasis on week 1, 2, 3, and 4. That way they have understood that it's preparation that makes this happen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to execute my promo plan. Okay. And my promo plan is simple. If I go out and create a promo plan of, let's move this over here. We're going to move our diagram over here. I like this. And I say, all right, I'm going to do my promo plan is going to be 10 days. And I do day 1, and I'm going to create what I call a mission post. I'm on a mission to help 12 coaches by the end of the year have their first $30,000 month. Is that a good mission to have? You let me know. And then I'm going to do what we call an awareness post. I'm going to create awareness of a problem that's in my industry and space. And I'm going to create conversation, and I'm going to create controversy around that conversation. Okay. And then after my awareness post, I'm going to create some type of anticipation. And then I'm going to create some type of announcement. Okay. And all these things are going to be driven to one funnel. Okay. Whether it's a masterclass or a lead magnet or a call, these conversations are going to lead to one thing. Okay. And these posts are driving people to raise their hand and connect with me. Okay. Because at the end of the day, all I want to do is make sure that the 500 people that I grew my audience by in the last 6 weeks, that they get to my message, they see my offer, and they can at least make some kind of decision. That's all I care about. I know that it's a numbers game, that the numbers are going to work out in my favor in some way if I just follow this 6-week plan. Okay. So let's go back over to our 6-week plan, because now I'm going to basically take the next week and just execute my post. And all the people that have seen my stuff, my content, my intentional content over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, they're going to raise their hand right here. And guess what all I'm going to do? I'm going to connect, and I'm going to solve their problem. That's it. I'm not trying to sell. Selling is not what you think it is. Selling is solving. If you want to sell, then solve. Everyone put that in the comments if you believe that. Say selling is solving. I just got a message from one of our clients right now who is following this same process. And she said, hey, I just launched at 12 p.m. and I've already had 5 people buy my offer. Smiley face. Because we designed it with intentionality. I just spent the last like 4 or 5 weeks with her planning. Guess what I did? I did this exact 6-step process. She is right here now. She's at step 5 right now. I bring her up because she just texted me, but she's at step 5 right now. We went through every one of these steps. You know, the funny part was she actually accidentally made like 10 grand within these steps. And we say stuff like that. Let me preface stuff like that. We say stuff like that because it sounds good, right? But like, we also don't preface the fact that like she was in a place where that could happen. And you may be in that place where that same thing could happen in your business, but most likely a lot of people aren't. And that just comes down to recognizing like where you are in your business and where you are in your life. That's just straight up like this is what you gotta do. Step 6 is basically finish the drill. Finish the drill. This is where a lot of times you're gonna book out a lot of conversations and calls here, and you're gonna make a little money. And then this last step is where you're gonna finish the drill, close out the clients, and you're gonna analyze. And you're gonna go get better. You're gonna say, what could I do better? What could I improve? Did I get it looked over by one of my coaches, my support? But if you don't analyze, you can't optimize. But don't let the simplicity fool you on this, guys. You cannot let the simplicity fool you. Let me know if you're getting value from this so far. If you have questions, please post your questions. You got me right here. I'm right here with you. Okay. Just a side note, again, we're going to be doing a live masterclass this week, breaking down like a 90-minute masterclass, literally just breaking down what content you should be posting, how to post it, where to post it, how to monetize, like literally just breaking down this 6 steps in more detail than this. But I can tell you this straight up. If you're not following one of these 6 steps in the exact order, and I mean taking week 1 and saying, okay, where am I going? First of all, let me preface this, because this is probably a little better. If you have to start with step 5 in a sense and know where step 5 is going to end up on your calendar. Okay. That way you can work backwards to know where you need to start at step 1. Give me a number 2 in the comment section, if that makes sense. Because that's a very important part. A piece of this is you got to at least go to your calendar and say, okay, this is where I'm going to execute this 7 to 10 days of post. That way I can work backwards on my calendar and say, okay, perfect. This week I can work on my funnel. This week I'll work on my promo plan. This week I'm going to look to optimize my offer and make it new and sexy and exciting. And this week I'm going to dial in my message. That way I know how to execute my plan over this given period of time. Okay. But my whole goal here, even with this, is to continue to grow and connect with my audience. Because if I'm growing by, 15 people a day or 20 people a day, and I'm connecting with more people, then I can dial in my message, I can dial in my offer, I can design a promo plan, I can fix my funnels. Okay. And then I can go monetize. This does not have to be hard, guys. But at the end of the day, if you don't have an offer that's $3,000, let me know in the comment section, what is your current offer price point? It could be 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Let me know. But let me know in the comment section, what is your current offer price point? Okay. Because the pendulum swing on this is, if you were to find 5 people in your audience that's ready to go in on a $5,000 offer, that's $25K in cash. If you were to find 10 people in your audience that are ready for a $1,000 offer, that's $10,000 cash. And that's what's happening, when we get messages from our clients like this, is they're following this plan, but they're following it with like 100% intentionality. There is no like rogueness. There is no going off on their own plan here. It's following this plan with such intention for 6 weeks. You got to be able to do that. Okay. But let me tell you this, just a quick little recap as we go through how we laid this out for a potentially new client on the game plan that we just had with him a couple of hours ago. What we did was we looked for his messaging gap. We looked at his Instagram. We looked at his website. We looked at everything and said, what's the goal and what's wrong with the message and the branding? And we found it. We said, dude, we know who we want to attract, and what's happening on the Instagram and the TikTok and all the things. We need to fix the messaging. We need to talk to our audience like they want to be talked to. We need to give them the content that they want. And then it's like, boom, we fixed that, right? And then what it does is it forces us to look at the offer, because now we can basically look at the offer side by side and say, this is what we're offering right now. And these are all the missing things that our offer needs to really speak to and resonate with our ideal audience. That is our rich niche. Okay. And then we can go to the board and say, okay, what's the best way to to design a message and design our stuff so we can create a promo plan to get their eyeballs over to our funnel. And then once we do that and we've created that conversation and we can get people in front, now it's just a matter of finishing the drill and solving their problem. It's not hard, friends. You can do this. But if you need help doing this, then it's okay. It's okay to get the help. This is something that we do every single day. And I've been doing this for the last 8 years of my life. It has become extremely easy for me and our team. It may not be easy for you, but we can make it easier for you. And we can take away all of the frustration and all of the guesswork when it comes to this. Okay. So I hope that if you feel like you can go out and execute a 6-week plan like this on your own, by all means, go out and freaking do it. But just follow the plan and realize that first 4 weeks, that preparation, that's the key. That's the pulling back the slingshot. That's you have to pull back a little bit in order to skyrocket forward. Okay. So if you have questions, I have to roll. However, if you do have questions, please post your questions below. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was valuable for you. I hope you got a lot of value from it. I'm also going to be posting a link inside of the group for our upcoming masterclass this week. We're doing our 3-minute millionaire masterclass, where we'll show you how you can use your content and videos to get more people to your offers and create the next 10 to 100 grand inside of your audience and coaching business over the next 6 to 12 weeks. Okay. So I'm going to be breaking that down Thursday at noon. I'll send the link in here and it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of value. Okay. I love you. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here hanging out with me. So I appreciate you. And I will see everybody Thursday on our masterclass. See you guys. Bye.